first thing I want to show you is my own channel, because talking about theory means nothing unless there's real proof behind it. In the last 30 days alone, this channel has made about $4,600, and it did that using only long-form psychology videos. No shorts, no face on camera, no sponsors, no outside traffic. Just AdSense and a system that keeps producing results even when I don't upload. This channel isn't massive, it's sitting in the low tens of thousands of subscribers, but the performance is consistent. One video recently crossed 123,000 views and made roughly $600. Another passed 159,000 views and has already generated more than $900. Even videos that perform on the lower end still bring in between $180 and $360. And because every video is evergreen, those earnings continue stacking over time. That's the context, because this isn't about getting lucky with one viral video, it's about the system that produces these results. So now I'm going to break down exactly how this channel works and how every single video is created from scratch, step by step, without guessing and without ever needing to show your face. The channel is built around minimalist psychology storytelling.
Have you ever noticed how some people don't rush to correct you when you get them wrong? You assume something about them, their intentions, their feelings, maybe even their personality, and they just let it sit there.
Every video focuses on psychological patterns, things people immediately recognize in themselves, but rarely hear explained clearly. Social behavior, internal conflict, emotional distance, signals of intelligence, isolation, perception. The goal isn't to teach psychology like a textbook. The goal is to make the viewer feel like the video is speaking directly to them. That's also why the visuals are intentionally simple. No faces, no personalities, no distractions, just clean animation and a calm, clear voice. This isn't about aesthetics, it's a scalability choice. When the creator is removed from the content, the process becomes repeatable. So let's walk through the entire system from the very beginning. Everything starts with the foundation, the channel identity. I don't overthink the channel name. In this niche, the name should sound neutral, slightly clinical and established, not catchy, not creative, something that feels like it already exists. I use a prompt saved in my Google Doc that generates psychology-focused channel names. I paste it into ChatGPT, generate about 20 options, skim through them, and choose the one that sounds clean and credible. The whole thing takes less than a minute. Once the name is decided, I move straight to the logo. The logo needs to be simple, high contrast, and easy to read at a small size. I copy the logo prompt from the same Google Doc and paste it into ChatGPT. It gives me multiple image prompts designed specifically for the psychology niche. I take those prompts into an image generator like Whisk, Midjourney, or Leonardo, choose a 1:1 aspect ratio, and generate several variations. I'm looking for something minimal, usually a symbol, an abstract figure, or a simple character that fits the psychology theme. If the first result isn't right, I test another one. I don't over-tweak. I choose the best option and move on. Next is the banner. I open Canva and select a YouTube banner template. I upload the logo and position it as the main anchor. Then I turn on the safe area overlay so nothing important gets cropped on mobile. I keep the design dark, minimal, and clean. Sometimes I add a short tagline, sometimes I don't. The banner isn't meant to sell anything. It's meant to look established and credible. Once that's done, the channel branding is complete. Now the real work begins. Content. The next step is choosing topics. I never guess ideas. I rely on two methods. The first is manual research. I study other psychology channels in the same niche and sort their videos by performance. I'm not copying videos, I'm identifying patterns, topics that consistently perform well across multiple channels. The second method is AI-assisted. I use a topic generation prompt for my Google Doc that forces the AI to create scenario-based psychology topics, not generic explanations. I usually generate 20 to 30 ideas at a time, scan through them, and select the ones that immediately spark curiosity. If it grabs my attention, it'll grab someone else's too. Once I choose a topic, I move into scripting. This is the most important part of the entire process. I copy the script prompt from the Google Doc and paste it into ChatGPT. The prompt enforces short sentences, zero filler, no greetings, and no academic language. The script is written like a story unfolding, not like a lecture. Inside the prompt, I set the length. If I want an 8-minute video, I define the word count. If I want something longer, I instruct the AI to break the script into sections so the pacing stays tight. When the script is finished, I paste it into Google Docs. I don't rewrite it, I clean it. I remove repetition, fix awkward phrasing, and read it out loud once to make sure it sounds natural. This takes about 5 to 10 minutes and makes a huge difference in quality. After that, I move to the voiceover. I open 11 Labs and choose a voice that fits the channel tone, neutral, calm, and controlled. I paste the full script into the studio and generate the audio. If a sentence sounds off, I regenerate only that section. Once everything sounds right, I export it as an MP3. Then I move on to visuals. I copy the image generation prompt from the Google Doc and paste it into ChatGPT. I specify 17 images I need and paste the full script into the prompt. ChatGPT creates individual image prompts for each part of the narration. I take those prompts into my image generator, select a landscape aspect ratio, and generate the images one by one. If something looks off, I slightly adjust the prompt and regenerate. I'm not aiming for perfection, I'm aiming for clear visual support. Once the visuals are ready, I animate them. Some tools animate directly, while others require converting images into short video clips. I keep movement minimal. Subtle zooms, light camera motion, simple transitions. The visuals exist to support the narration, not distract from it. Next, I open CapCut. I import the voiceover and all the video clips. I place the voiceover first, then trim long pauses so the pacing feels natural. I set the project to a 16:9 aspect ratio and add a clean background layer that runs the full length of the video. Then I sync the visuals with the narration. If a clip feels too long, I shorten it. If it doesn't fit, I replace it. If a clip has borders, I crop them. If it has audio, I remove it so it doesn't interfere with the voiceover. For more complex moments, I layer multiple clips and resize them into different areas of the screen. Once the timeline is finished, I add captions. I use auto captions first, then manually clean them up. Simple font, easy to read, no flashy animations. Captions are there to improve retention, not pull attention away from the content. If needed, I apply a subtle adjustment layer to keep the colors consistent. Then I export the video in 1080p. The final step is the thumbnail. I copy the thumbnail prompt from the Google Doc, paste in the video title, and generate multiple visual styles. I test a few in my image generator and choose the one that's clearest at a glance. High contrast, one idea, one emotion. Then I upload the title, description, thumbnail, and publish. That's the entire system. No guessing, no luck. Just a structured process that turns psychology topics into long-form videos that keep earning over time.